Hello everyone! I show you Deployo in this video. What is Deployo? With Deployo you can very easily deploy an application. You give it a GitHub URL and it deploys it and gives you an URL back. In case you want to watch a Swiss-German video, there is another video. I put a link up here, and now we go into the English one. Let's go. I prepared here some consoles where we watch the state of Deployo with our CLI tool nctl. N is for 9. Here we see the builds, here we see the releases, and here we see the applications. So currently you see nothing because nothing is running. So let's go and start or create the first application. nctl create app git URL. So it's not GitHub, it's just any git URL, GitLab, whatever. I have my application on GitHub. It's public, you can check it. Deployo example. Go. So now you can see it's already created an application here, and the first build is running since 10 seconds. So what we can do, we can now check nctl. What we can do with this application, we can alter the application that you can see what we can do with the application while the build is running. It takes about 2 minutes until it's running. Update app, here help. So we can change, of course, the git URL. If you have a subpath, put it in here, and you can specify some revision, or if you have a private repo, you can give it an username, password, or a key. With size, you can set the size of the application, the memory and CPU size. Port means where your application listens that you create, that we can send our traffic to the right applications. And replicas known from Kubernetes, this is the number of pods or application replicas that are running in parallel, so you can make your application scaling and make it redundant. Hosts is the setting if you don't like this nice URL here. If you want to add yourself your URL, and if you do that, you need to point your CNAME there, and then all with SSL is done automatically. Okay, now you see here we created this app. So let's see what it does. Currently the SSL creation is in progress, so we get an error right now. So we can do what this application is about. Here, the one that I deployed. You see here, I created a simple Go application, and this Go application just writes something to the output here. It writes string response env key. This response env key is coming from an environment variable, and this environment variable is set by a config file here. So now it should output this. Very good. Cool. So what we do now, we change this file to see what happens. So change it to another time. Today's let's take this one. So and now add and push. So now it should trigger a new build here and then automatically update. So here I just do add. Okay, this one does not need to be added again. Commit it and push it, and then see, okay, to check how much time this needs until something is happening there. What we can do in the meantime, for example, that I showed you before, we can change the number of replicas. Here, if I say, for example, replicas 2, So see here should trigger exactly new release. So if you change any settings in deployer, this does not mean it needs to create a new build. It just needs to adapt the releases. So now it noticed that something changed in the repository. That's what we did before. Here, this one. Now it started a new build. So we also can do, we can change the size. If you want size upgrade it to mini, so this will trigger a new release with larger containers. So micro bag, so clean up. Good. So what's else there, what you can do? Let's check until we're waiting here for the new build. You can also check logs, for example nctl logs app. So build, there are also build logs, but if the build is running fine, then there is no logs for the build, so check will be empty currently. But if the status ended with error, then you will see here why. So for the build, for the app, let's say this one. Good, so you see IP addresses here. If I curl, then see what happens here. Okay, here. That's from my one. What is this? Some spammer bots that try to find security holes. They're very fast. Wonderful. So build log, still nothing. Good. So in a few seconds should be finished here. Oh, it's already finished, and it's did it already change? Build 2. Oh, it's okay. I missed it. So check again here. It's the new one. So that was it from the deployer intro. Would be very nice if you test it. So let me know, and we include you in the beta testing program. Thanks and goodbye.